My childhood was marked by the storm of my parents' divorce. As the arguments grew louder, so did the distance between us, until they finally left, leaving me to navigate life alone. At first, the loneliness was overwhelming, but eventually, I found solace and strength in unexpected places. During my teenage years, I bonded with friends who became my surrogate family. They were there for every laugh, every tear, and every milestone. We formed a close-knit group, a patchwork family held together by our shared experiences and mutual support. As the years went by, I learned to live without the presence of my parents. I graduated, found a job, and built a life with the love and support of my chosen family. But the past has a way of catching up with you. One day, I received a letter from a lawyer informing me of my grandmother's passing and the sizable inheritance she had left me. It was a bittersweet moment. I was grateful for the financial security but saddened by the loss of a woman who had shown me unconditional love. Word of the inheritance spread quickly, and soon enough, my parents re-entered my life, seeking a piece of my newfound wealth. Their sudden interest was jarring. It felt as if they were strangers, oblivious to the person I had become without them. Meeting them after all these years, I couldn't help but notice how little they knew about me. They didn't know about my struggles, my achievements, or the family I had created for myself. It was a painful realization that the bond we once shared was now a mere shadow of its former self. Navigating this complicated relationship has been challenging. While part of me yearns for reconciliation, another part remains wary of their intentions. I've come to understand that family isn't defined by blood alone, it's the people who stand by you, who love and support you unconditionally. In the end, I've chosen to protect the life I've built and the people who have become my true family. My parents may have brought me into this world, but it was my chosen family who helped me thrive in it. As time passed, the initial shock of my parents' return began to wear off, and I was faced with the reality of their presence in my life once again. It was a delicate balance, trying to navigate the turbulent waters of our past while protecting the newfound stability I had worked so hard to achieve. Our conversations were often awkward and strained, filled with unspoken words and unresolved emotions. I couldn't help but feel a mix of anger, sadness, and confusion. Why had they left me? And now that they were back, what did they really want? These questions haunted me, but I knew I needed to find my own answers. One day, during a particularly heated argument, I finally voiced my feelings. I told them about the pain of their abandonment, the loneliness I had felt, and the strength I had found in my chosen family. I expressed my gratitude for the financial support from my grandmother, but I made it clear that my inheritance was not a bargaining chip for reconciliation. To my surprise, my parents listened. For the first time in years, it felt like they truly heard me. They apologized for their actions, acknowledging the hurt they had caused. While their words couldn't erase the past, they provided a glimmer of hope for the future. Rebuilding our relationship has been a slow and arduous process. Trust, once broken, is not easily mended. But I've come to realize that forgiveness is not about forgetting the past, but about finding a way to move forward. My parents have made an effort to be more present in my life, attending family gatherings and celebrating milestones with my chosen family. In the end, I've learned that life is really black and white. My parents' return has brought a mix of emotions, some painful, some healing. While our relationship may never be what it once was, I found a sense of closure and a new understanding of what it means to be family. And through it all, I've remained steadfast in my commitment to the people who stood by me when I needed it most. They are my true family, the ones who have seen me at my best and my worst, and loved me unconditionally. As I continue to navigate this complex web of relationships, I hold on to the belief that family is not defined solely by blood, but by the bonds we create and the love we share. As I moved forward, the dynamics of my relationships continued to evolve. My chosen family, who had supported me through thick and thin, remained my rock. We celebrated my successes and comforted each other during tough times. Our bond grew even stronger as they stood by me during this turbulent period. Meanwhile, my relationship with my parents continued to be a work in progress. We had good days and bad days, moments of connection and moments of distance. I realized that rebuilding our relationship would require patience, understanding, and a willingness to accept each other's flaws. One significant turning point came when I invited my parents to a family dinner with my chosen family. It was an attempt to bridge the gap between my past and present, to see if we could find common ground. The evening was filled with nervous anticipation, but as the night went on, I saw glimpses of the people my parents once were and the potential for who they could become. The dinner was far from perfect, but it was a start. It allowed my parents to see the life I had built, the people who had been there for me, and the strength of my chosen family. It was a moment of vulnerability and honesty that laid the groundwork for a new chapter in our relationship. Over time, I began to set boundaries with my parents, making it clear that while I was open to rebuilding our relationship, it would be on my terms. I needed them to respect the life I had created and the people who were an integral part of it. Slowly but surely, they began to understand and respect these boundaries. As the years passed, I found a sense of peace. My relationship with my parents was still complex and imperfect, but it was also filled with moments of growth and understanding. I had learned to forgive, not for their sake, but for mine. Letting go of the anger and hurt allowed me to move forward and focus on the present and future. The experience taught me invaluable lessons about resilience, forgiveness, and the true meaning of family. My chosen family remained my anchor, my parents became a part of my life in a new way, and I found strength in my journey of self-discovery. Today, I continue to cherish the relationships that have shaped me. My life is a tapestry of love, support, and growth, woven together by the people who have stood by me through it all. And while the past will always be a part of me, I choose to look forward with hope and gratitude for the family I have found and the person I have become. As the years went by, the relationships in my life continued to evolve. My parents' attempts to reconnect were often met with hesitation, but slowly, we found a rhythm that worked for us. We weren't the picture-perfect family, but we were making progress. One of the most significant moments came when my parents expressed a desire to understand the people who had become my family. They wanted to know more about my friends, my support system, and the life I had built. It was a daunting thought, but I appreciated their willingness to make an effort. We began to meet more regularly, each encounter peeling back layers of our complicated history. We shared stories from our time apart. My parents spoke of their struggles and regrets, while I recounted the experiences that had shaped me. These conversations were not easy, but they were necessary for healing. As we spent more time together, I began to see glimpses of the parents I had once known. They showed genuine interest in my life, attended events with my chosen family, and started to understand the depth of the relationships I had formed. It wasn't always smooth sailing, but there were moments of connection that gave me hope. In one particularly poignant moment, my mother shared a story from her childhood, a memory that helped me understand her in a way I never had before. She spoke of her own struggles with her parents, and for the first time, I saw her not just as my mother, but as a person with her own pain and experiences. It was a turning point for us, a moment of empathy and understanding that brought us closer together. My father, too, made an effort to bridge the gap. He joined me in activities I enjoyed, trying to find common ground. We went hiking together, something I had always loved but never shared with him. Those moments in nature, away from the distractions of daily life, allowed us to reconnect in a meaningful way. Despite these positive steps, there were still challenges. Trust took time to rebuild, and there were setbacks along the way. Old wounds resurfaced, and there were times when the weight of our past felt too heavy to bear. But through it all, I remained committed to the journey of healing, both for myself and for my parents. My chosen family played a crucial role in this process. They provided a safe space for me to express my feelings, offered advice, and stood by me during difficult times. Their unwavering support reminded me that I was not alone in this journey. As my relationships with my parents grew stronger, I also continued to nurture the bonds with my chosen family. We celebrated holidays together, shared in each other's successes, and supported one another through hardships. Our connection was a testament to the power of love and friendship, transcending the boundaries of traditional family structures. Eventually, I reached a place of acceptance. I accepted that my parents and I would never have the perfect relationship, but that didn't mean we couldn't have a meaningful one. I accepted that my chosen family was just as important, if not more so, than my biological family. And I accepted that the journey of healing and growth was ongoing, with no clear endpoint. Today, I am grateful for the people in my life who have stood by me through thick and thin. My parents are a part of that circle, and while our relationship is still evolving, it is filled with hope and possibility. My chosen family remains my anchor, a constant source of love and support. Through it all, I have learned that family is not defined by blood alone, but by the connections we create and the love we share. It is a lesson that has shaped me into the person I am today, and one that I will carry with me always. Life, as I've learned, is a journey filled with unexpected twists and turns. Just when we think we've reached a steady path, something or someone can appear to challenge our progress and force us to reevaluate our choices and relationships. Such was the case when my parents re-entered my life after years of absence. The initial stages of their return were marked by a whirlwind of emotions. I was hesitant and guarded, unsure of their intentions and wary of reopening old wounds. The inheritance from my grandmother had acted as a catalyst, bringing them back into my orbit, but it was up to us to navigate the complexities of our renewed relationship. One of the earliest hurdles was addressing the financial aspect. My parents' sudden interest in my life after the inheritance raised questions about their motives. I knew I had to set clear boundaries to protect my well-being and the life I had built. With the guidance of my chosen family, I had difficult conversations with my parents about the role money would, or would not, play in our relationship moving forward. Over time, our interactions began to shift from financial discussions to more personal matters. We started to share our stories, attempting to bridge the gap that had widened over the years. My parents spoke of their regrets and the struggles they faced after their divorce. Hearing their side of the story was both enlightening and painful. It provided context for their actions, but it didn't excuse the hurt they had caused. During one of our conversations, my father opened up about his own childhood. He revealed that his parents had also divorced, and he had experienced a similar sense of abandonment. This revelation was a turning point for me. It allowed me to see him not just as a parent, but as a person shaped by his own experiences and traumas. It was a reminder that we are all products of our past, and sometimes, we repeat patterns without even realizing it. My mother, too, shared her journey. She spoke of the depression she had struggled with for years and how it had impacted her ability to be present for me. Her vulnerability was unexpected and raw, and it brought a sense of empathy that had been missing from our relationship. It didn't erase the pain, but it helped me understand her on a deeper level. As we navigated these emotional conversations, I relied heavily on my chosen family. They were my sounding board, offering advice, support, and a safe space to process my feelings. Their presence was a constant reminder of the love and stability I had found outside of my biological family. One of the most memorable moments came when I invited my parents to a gathering with my chosen family. It was a significant step, one that symbolized my desire to integrate the different parts of my life. The evening was filled with nervous anticipation, but as the night progressed, a sense of camaraderie began to emerge. My parents started to see the depth of the relationships I had built and the strength of my support system. Seeing my parents interact with my chosen family was surreal. It was as if two worlds were colliding, but in the best possible way. There were moments of connection and understanding that I hadn't thought possible. While the evening wasn't without its awkwardness, it was a step toward healing and reconciliation. As time went on, my parents began to show genuine interest in my life. They attended my milestones, celebrated my achievements, and started to understand the person I had become. It wasn't an easy journey, and there were setbacks along the way, but we were making progress. I continued to set boundaries, ensuring that my relationship with my parents did not overshadow the bond one had with my chosen family. It was important to me that I maintain the stability and support that had carried me through the toughest times. My chosen family understood this and remained unwavering in their support. Eventually, I reached a point where I could look back on my journey with a sense of acceptance. My relationship with my parents was far from perfect, but it was evolving. We had found a way to coexist, to honor our past while focusing on the present and future. Forgiveness, I realized, was not about condoning their actions, but about freeing myself from the burden of resentment. Through it all, I learned invaluable lessons about resilience, forgiveness, and the true meaning of family. My chosen family remained my rock, my parents became a part of my life in a new way, and I found strength in the journey of self-discovery. Today, I am grateful for the people who have shaped my life. My chosen family, who stood by me through thick and thin, continue to be my anchor. My parents, who once caused me pain, have become a part of my journey in a different capacity. Together, they have taught me that family is not defined by blood alone, but by the connections we create and the love we share. As I move forward, I carry with me the lessons of the past and the hope for the future. Life is a complex tapestry of relationships, each thread contributing to the person I am today. And in this intricate web, I have found my place, surrounded by the love and support of those who truly matter. As the years continued to pass, the intricate dance of reconnection with my parents evolved into something more stable, more genuine. The initial mistrust that had marked our interactions gradually gave way to moments of authenticity and understanding. We weren't just navigating the murky waters of our past anymore, we were actively building a new relationship based on mutual respect and a shared desire to move forward. One of the most significant changes was the way we began to celebrate milestones together. Birthdays, holidays, and other special occasions became opportunities to bridge the gaps that still existed between us. These gatherings were sometimes awkward and filled with unspoken tension, but they were also filled with genuine efforts to connect and heal. My chosen family, always supportive and welcoming, played a crucial role in making these events successful. During one particularly memorable holiday season, my parents joined my chosen family for a festive dinner. The evening was filled with laughter, stories, and an abundance of delicious food. As we sat around the table, I couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. We had come so far from the days of resentment and silence. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. In the quieter moments, my parents and I would have deeper conversations about our journey and the lessons we had learned along the way. My mother often spoke about the importance of forgiveness and how she was working on forgiving herself for the past. My father shared his efforts to be more present and supportive, acknowledging the ways he had fallen short before. These conversations were healing, not just for us, but for our entire family dynamic. One of the most profound changes came when my parents expressed a desire to contribute to the community that had supported me. They recognized the role my chosen family had played in my life and wanted to give back. Together, we organized events to support local causes, bringing together my biological family and my chosen family for a common purpose. These efforts strengthened our bonds and reminded us of the power of community and connection. Through these experiences, I learned that healing is not a linear process. There were setbacks and moments of doubt, but there were also breakthroughs and moments of profound connection. My relationship with my parents continued to evolve, shaped by the lessons of the past and the hope for the future. As I look back on this journey, I am filled with gratitude for the resilience and love that have carried me through. My chosen family remains my rock, a constant source of support and encouragement. My parents, once a source of pain, have become an integral part of my life in a new and meaningful way. The tapestry of my life is woven with threads of strength, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Each relationship, whether born of blood or choice, has contributed to the person I am today. And as I move forward, I carry with me the belief that family is not defined by traditional boundaries, but by the connections we nurture and the love we share. Today, I stand at a place of peace and acceptance. My journey has been filled with challenges and triumphs, and through it all, I have found my true family. Together, we face the future with hope, knowing that we are stronger together. As the years passed, my journey of reconciliation with my parents continued to unfold in unexpected ways. The initial skepticism and wariness that had characterized our interactions slowly gave way to a deeper understanding and a genuine desire to rebuild our relationship. It wasn't always easy, and there were times when the past threatened to overshadow the progress we had made, but each step forward was a testament to our collective resilience and determination. One of the most profound changes came when my parents began to express a sincere interest in my chosen family. They wanted to understand the people who had been there for me when they were absent, the individuals who had become my support system and, in many ways, my true family. This was a significant shift, and it marked a new chapter in our journey toward healing. We started by having regular family gatherings, where my parents would join my chosen family for meals and celebrations. These events were filled with a mix of emotions, nervous anticipation, cautious optimism, and moments of genuine connection. As we sat around the table, sharing stories and laughter, I could see my parents beginning to appreciate the depth of the relationships I had forged. One evening, during a particularly heartfelt dinner, my mother turned to me and said, "I can see why these people mean so much to you." Her words were a simple acknowledgement, but they carried a profound weight. It was a moment of validation for both my chosen family and myself, a recognition of the love and support that had carried me through the darkest times. My father, too, made strides in his efforts to connect. He joined me in activities that I enjoyed, such as hiking and attending local events. These shared experiences allowed us to bond in new ways, creating memories that were untarnished by the pain of the past. During one of our hikes, he opened up about his own struggles with abandonment and how he had been working to overcome them. It was a vulnerable admission, and it brought us closer together. As our relationship evolved, I began to notice a shift in my own perspective. I realized that my parents were not the same people they had been when they left me. They had their own journeys of growth and self-discovery, and they were making a genuine effort to be a part of my life. This realization was both comforting and challenging. It required me to confront my own fears and insecurities, and to open my heart to the possibility of a new beginning. In addition to our personal growth, we also found ways to give back to the community that had supported me. Together, my parents and my chosen family organized charity events, fundraisers, and community service projects. These efforts not only strengthened our bonds but also allowed us to make a positive impact on the lives of others. It was a reminder that even in the midst of our own struggles, we had the power to create change and foster connection. Throughout this journey, my chosen family remained my unwavering support system. They were there for me during the highs and lows, offering advice, encouragement, and a listening ear. Their presence was a constant reminder that I was not alone, and that I had a network of love and support to rely on. Our bond grew even stronger, and I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the people who had stood by me through it all. As I continued to navigate the complexities of my relationships, I also found time to focus on my personal growth and well-being. I pursued hobbies and interests that brought me joy, such as painting, reading, and traveling. These activities provided a sense of fulfillment and helped me maintain a balanced and healthy outlook on life. One of the most rewarding aspects of this journey was witnessing the positive changes in my parents. They became more present and engaged in my life, attending family gatherings, celebrating milestones, and offering support. Their efforts to understand and respect my boundaries made a significant difference in our relationship, and it allowed us to build a foundation of trust and mutual respect. Despite the progress we had made, there were still moments of doubt and uncertainty. Old wounds have a way of resurfacing, and there were times when the pain of the past felt overwhelming. But each setback was an opportunity for growth, a chance to learn and evolve. I learned to embrace the imperfections and to appreciate the journey, knowing that healing is an ongoing process. As I reflect on this journey, I am filled with a sense of peace and acceptance. My relationship with my parents is far from perfect, but it is rooted in a genuine desire to move forward and to create a new chapter in our story. My chosen family remains my anchor, a source of unwavering love and support, and I am grateful for the strength and resilience they have given me. In the end, I have come to understand that family is not defined by blood alone, but by the connections we create and the love we share. My journey has been shaped by the people who have stood by me, both old and new, and it is their love that has carried me through. Today, I stand at a place of hope and possibility. My life is a tapestry of relationships, each thread contributing to the person I am today. As I look to the future, I am filled with gratitude for the journey and for the family I have found along the way. The journey of reconnecting with my parents has been filled with its share of ups and downs, moments of joy and sorrow, and countless lessons along the way. It has been a path paved with resilience, empathy, and an unwavering belief in the power of love and forgiveness. As we entered a new chapter in our relationship, my parents and I continue to work on building trust and understanding. We made a conscious effort to communicate openly and honestly, sharing our thoughts, fears, and hopes for the future. It was a process that required patience and compassion, but with each passing day, we grew closer. One of the most significant milestones came when my parents apologized for the pain they had caused. They acknowledged the hurt of their abandonment and expressed their deep regret for the years we had lost. It was a moment of catharsis, a chance for us to release the weight of the past and embrace the possibility of a new beginning. Our relationship wasn't perfect, but it was authentic. We had difficult conversations and faced challenges together, but we also celebrated victories and created new memories. My parents became a part of my life in a way that felt genuine and supportive, and for that, I was grateful. Meanwhile, my chosen family remained my rock. They continued to provide unwavering support, love, and encouragement, reminding me of the strength and resilience that had carried me through the toughest times. Our bond grew stronger with each shared experience, each moment of laughter and connection. Together, my biological and chosen families formed a tapestry of love and support that enriched my life in ways I had never imagined. We celebrated holidays together, organized family gatherings, and supported each other through life's challenges. It was a beautiful fusion of old and new, a testament to the power of connection and community. As I reflect on my journey, I am filled with a deep sense of gratitude. I am grateful for the people who have stood by me, for the lessons I have learned, and for the person I have become. My experiences have taught me that family is not defined by blood alone, but by the bonds we create and the love we share. Today, I stand at a place of peace and acceptance. My life is a rich tapestry woven with threads of resilience, forgiveness, and unconditional love. Each relationship, each connection, has contributed to the person I am today, and for that, I am eternally grateful. As I look to the future, I carry with me the belief that family is not just about where we come from, but about the people we choose to journey with. It is about the love and support we offer each other, the moments of joy and sorrow we share, and the strength we find in each other. In the end, I have found my true family in the people who have stood by me, who have loved me unconditionally, and who have helped me navigate the complexities of life. They are my anchor, my support, and my greatest source of strength. And with them by my side, I am ready to face whatever the future may hold.